Hey guys, it's Jen Concannon with Advon. I'm here with the amazing Marty Stanton, and we are talking about the most fun thing in real estate, title.
That's the most fun thing in real estate?
It might be.
Hey,
I don't know.
All right. It's fun to me.
It's fun. So, big question for you.
Yes.
What is the difference between the lender's title policy and when someone is saying, hey, I'm getting title insurance? What's the difference there?
It's a great question. Most people, when they're buying property, they need to finance it, okay? And so there's two people that need to be insured. The owner that's purchasing the property, the buyer, essentially. And then ultimately the lender wants insurance to protect them in the case that there's a loss, because they're loaning so much of the purchase price to that buyer, right? So there's actually two policies that are issued. But you know what's ironic about it is that you would think, okay, wait a second, they must have two different policies. How are they based? And actually the policies are done based on the higher of the two. So the purchase price normally in most situations is higher because someone's putting down a down payment, and then there's the loan amount. But if someone at the time of purchase buys an owner's policy and a lender's policy, they're actually issued at the same time, and just for an additional $150, they're issued at the same time. So no one's paying an additional amount for two policies. They're just paying that additional $150 to reissue the policy, if you will, for a lender and for an owner.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And so in the event of a loss, the lender has a policy and they will be covered through that policy. And in the event the buyer has an action, then essentially they're covered under their policy. If I buy a lender's policy and I'm required to, whereas owner's title insurance is optional for the owner, that lender's policy, that owner does not get the benefit of the lender's title insurance policy.
Oh.
They must have one on their own.
And it is required to have the lender's policy. That is going to always be on
Yes.
the settlement statement.
Lenders do not want to take that risk, so they pass that cost on to the buyer.
Got it.
Okay, and if the buyer wants to take the risk on themselves, then they do not have to, or they could waive their ability to buy an owner's title
How
insurance
common is
policy.
that to see that people
Very,
decide?
very rare.
Yeah.
Most people, because it's such a large purchase, title insurance is risk elimination insurance anyway. So one of the things that title attorneys do is we make sure that the title and everything else is in good order in order for the conveyance to take place. However, you just don't know. And if something's missed in the search or something like that, it can be very expensive, and therefore the cost of the premium for one time in your life, you do this. You do it at the time you purchase, and then it covers you over the life of you being the owner. It's money well spent.
Awesome. I'm really glad that we're having this conversation.